Imagine trying to bust loose a rusted suspension bolt that has been baking under a truck for a decade, only for your tool to whimper and stall. That is exactly where this gray beast steps in to completely change the narrative. We are looking at a tool that packs a staggering 1,500 foot-pounds of breakaway torque into a frame that honestly does not look big enough to hold that kind of muscle. It is the kind of power that makes stubborn, rusted-on lug nuts feel like they were barely hand-tightened. Now, usually, when a tool brings this much brute force to the table, it ends up weighing as much as a small anchor. But holding this one tells a completely different story. It sits right at about 4.4 pounds, and because the weight is distributed so well, it does not drag your wrist down during a long afternoon under a lift. The titanium hammer case gives it this rugged, industrial feel, like you could drop it on a concrete shop floor a dozen times, and it would just ask for more. Plus, at just under 7.5 inches long, it actually fits into those awkward, cramped spaces around suspension components where you usually end up scraping your knuckles. One detail that really stands out during actual use is how it sounds. Air tools are notoriously deafening, but this one uses some clever quiet technology that takes the harsh, ear-piercing edge off the exhaust. Do not get me wrong, you still need your ear protection, but it is a much lower, more tolerable rumble than the high-pitched shriek of older models. But look, it is not entirely perfect. To actually get that mind-blowing torque, you need a serious air setup. If you are trying to run this off a tiny pancake compressor with a cheap hose, you are going to be disappointed. It demands a proper 3/8 inch air line and a compressor that can actually feed its appetite. Also, the trigger has a tiny bit of play before the power really kicks in, which is a little quirky at first, though you quickly adapt to the feel. Ultimately, if you have the air supply to back it up, this tool is an absolute monster that turns frustrating, day-ruining seized bolts into a total non-issue.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.